Welcome to PrinnyCast Roundtable for Friday the 13th. Holy crap. We're a casual weekly show where we talk about what we've been up to and all the various gaming-related stuff from over the last week, along with now we're including about everything else in the media that's out there these days. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. I'm a musician and an anime addict with a penchant for RPGs and fighting games.
I'm Grover. I love all things simulated.
I am Mike, the Mega Man enthusiast.
And the ever-watchful eye of Mistress Etna is directing us through text messages down there. Text messages down there. And you're also watching Operation Abyss, New Tokyo Legacy, which is the new trailer for the PSP in the background from the publishers of the Disgaea series. It kind of sounds like we've had a slower week than even usual. We've had quite a few slow weeks lately, so what have we been up to?
Well, mostly World of Warcraft and some more of that Citizens of Earth. Still reminds me as much as Earthbound as it did when I first picked it up, so that's really good. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it yet, highly recommend. It's on Steam and Wii U. I've also, the new season for Diablo 3 started, so that was like literally started 30 minutes ago. So I've been doing that too. It's here lately.
It is Friday, isn't it? Wow.
Yes, it is.
I might have to go play that after this. Or maybe not. I don't know. Guild Wars. It's like Guild Wars is free. What do I care if I don't play it? You don't get that feeling of, oh god, I'm wasting my money. It's free.
So is Diablo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's well, I mean, you have to pay for the game, but then you can play it for free.
It's like StarCraft and those ones.
Yeah, there's no sub. But then, of course, I've been playing WoW, doing my raiding, Blackrock Foundry, still. Not really too much else to report on. I had a couple of opportunities to play something on the 3DS, but they didn't last very long, so I was afraid of starting something new, although I did download and play the Monster Hunter Ultimate 4 demo, and I was very on the fence about even bothering to get the game because I have Ultimate 3 on the Wii U, and I never really played it. I put maybe 2 hours in it, so I was afraid I would just buy 4 and then it'd sit on the shelf. I think the reason that I didn't play it is because I just didn't have anybody to play it with. So I played 4, the demo. I actually enjoyed it, and I'm trying to convince a few friends to buy it because I went ahead and went out and bought the collector's edition of the game. So the demo sold me. It really did. I've always enjoyed the game. I just don't really have anybody to play with. So
I've heard of the Monster Hunter series for years. I have never played it once. I'm gonna admit, like I hear all about it constantly. Like I think, was it like Pokemon or something? What is it?
I would explain it this way. You are basically, it's an MMO where the majority of the game is boss fights.
Yes.
Really big, monstrous boss fights.
So you do have to hunt them. Like, it'll tell you about where to find them, and then if they get too injured, they can run away, and then you have to go back to where they are. And I actually was not able to clear the demo mission because the monster kept running away. It was telling me that there was something I could do to jump on the monster, and I just didn't have a whole lot of time to put forth the effort to do it the way that I thought it was just trying to get me to do it. So, see, I did get Monster Hunter 4. I'm trying to get my raid leader in WoW to get the game so that he can convince his girlfriend to get the game, and then we can all three of us hunt monsters together, because I can't get Sydney convinced that she needs the game. So she's like me. She's thinking that she's not going to play it because, I mean, she's not even really playing her Pokemon games lately, and there's something weird about that. So
maybe a little burnout. Need something really, really different.
I know what burnout feels like.
Yeah.
But anyways, other than that, just been watching House on Netflix and working at Staples until our store is closing. So really haven't had a lot of time this week. I thought I would have more time to play games. I mean, I've got like 3 or 4 that I installed just this week.
So how about you, Grover? What you been up to this week?
Well, played Clash of Clans as usual. I mean, I can't say anything about Clash of Clans that's new. It's still to the point, even after a week, that I've upgraded to Townhouse 6 or 7. I can't remember which one. And I'm just slowly upgrading. I'm in a clan now, which is, I haven't been in one for over a month. And they're interested because I'm always active in the wars and I throw archers at people, which if they say they want dragons, they get archers. If they say they want giants, they get archers. I just throw archers and everybody in. But everybody complains about it too. If they're like, I didn't want archers, and the guild leader is just like, you're lucky you get anything, He gives everybody something. Shut the hell up. I mean, even if it's not what you wanted exactly.
It all helps.
Yeah, it helps. And I'm just like, that's what I want. I give you guys archers. Do you know what I want? Archers. Nothing else. So, yeah, there's just that. Trying to get the Tulsa coils because they're awesome. And as I'm getting higher in my trophy level, I'm going against bases that the Telesis come out, and they just destroy me. There's nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, enough on Clash Clans.
Old school Command and Conquer's coming to mind where the
Yeah. It's like zap, 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 like that.
Oh boy.
Like, holy, and it does AoE damage too. So it's like Wizards on crack. Then I'm playing Guild Wars 2. I got my warrior to 80. I'm still doing daily stuff with him, but that's about all I need to do with him. Somebody said I could do dungeons, but the hell with that. The elitism in that game and dungeons makes Final Fantasy 14 elitism look like a joke.
They'd be about the same.
I'm like, it's going to be about the same. And they're like, oh, no, you don't understand. Go to a dungeon. Go to a dungeon. We dare you. You can't. If you go into a dungeon and you don't have exactly what they want you to have on, they will kick you without a second thought. They don't care if you could do the dungeon or not. You don't get a word in before they do it. That's how bad it is. So I'm just like, I'm not going into dungeons ever unless it's a group that I'm friendly with. In Guild Wars 1, I think I played as Necromancer and won with you, Chris, and I just spawn an army and I march along and everything dies. And when it dies, the more my army gets even bigger. That's not Necromancer in Guild Wars 2. I was very disappointed, just deleted the character, and all it is, basically, it's a magical warrior. That's all it is. I might as well call it a ninja, because that's basically all it is. And for games, that's about it. I abandoned Monkey City. I couldn't do it anymore. I just gave up on it. I was just like, this is garbage. I went to unlock something, and it told me it was going to take 7 days. And it was for one of the towers I use a lot. So I think it was a Super Monkey. And I was just like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm sick of this. But I haven't played much of any of those anyways, because I've been writing. Yeah, when I'm writing, there is no such thing as writing and gaming at the same time. Like I can play a game and watch a television show at the same time on Netflix. I can't do that with writing. My mind has to be completely focused on the writing. So that's like literally cut my gaming time by 75%.
That's artistic motivation for you. When it strikes, you stick with it.
When it starts, you're just like, okay, this is in my head. I have to write it down now.
Once you jot, you can't stop.
Oh, yeah. That you don't stop, and if people interrupt you, they get screamed at, and it could be really aggravating when you're trying to write something down in a portable part. Somebody keeps wanting you to do something, and then you finally want to go do it, and you can't do it, so then you're furious. And if you're not an artist or a writer, you're probably just like, what the hell are you talking about? But if you are, you understand my pain when somebody's bothering you when you're in a major thing, you're trying to rat it all out in your head.
You know, it is almost tax time again, so those people that do their own taxes could probably relate.
Oh, wow. I could understand that for taxes. It's like that in taxes when somebody interrupts you when you're trying to do the taxes. And that's it. I didn't even watch Fringe. I think I'm on episode 7, and that's where I just stopped temporarily.
Say it ain't so.
Well, I did watch Helix. I watched more Helix. That show is just crazy now.
Well, of course, I'm going to say Tynan and my Congregate. That's kind of the thing I do. Yeah. I haven't been spending enough attention to Tynan lately. They have actually done something for the players not once but twice this week. So there is proof that the moderators are still actually doing something. And so for Valentine's tomorrow, and then for some reason on Wednesday, I think it was, the lady, which shows up at a certain time every night, and basically is kind of this hide-and-seek game around the main hub town. If you find her, you get a certain amount of credits. The person who finds her first gets the most, so on and so forth, until the 10th person, then everybody gets 100,000 credits no matter what. Well, Wednesday and tomorrow they're doing it with gems, which gems are the equivalent of most every Facebook cash.
They're giving you 1 million gems?
I think I made about 170 on Wednesday, and that is a lot.
That's a lot of damn gems.
I mean, if you were going to pay the cash for those same gems, I think that's like $15. It's something ridiculous like that anyway.
Yeah.
But I have been still playing Inferno Legend 2. I actually got me a gold class wizard, so that's helped catch me up a little bit. More Second Life. Nothing really new to report there. I haven't been working with a whole lot more than just getting freebie stuff when I can and doing the sploders a little bit again. It's nice getting income in some form or the other to spend on my habits. Some Smash Brothers. I've been playing a lot of straight up brawl modes in that, so that's nice. I beat the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign mode, which was a heck of a lot more irritating and obnoxious than I remembered it. But so as far as TV watching, I had actually forgot to mention this last time, but I've been watching Once Upon a Time. I don't know how to classify it. It's not really a kids show. It's not really a soap opera. It's not the type of show I would normally watch if it wasn't for the fact of how it does its style of show. And it's from the creators. When you say the creators of Lost, that is a lot of people. That is J.J. Abrams, and that's Horowitz, and there's like 20 people that was involved in that show. So it's easy to say from the creators of Lost, but there is a lot of actors from Lost who continually showing up on this show, so at least the casting director might be one of them. But anyway, long story short, how this came to be was there's a comic book series called Fables. It was kind of a cult hit back in the day, and it was basically the concept of fairy tale characters have fled their own homeworlds to live in our real world, and they live on this particular street in this kind of magically protected area of New York. It's been a long time since I've read it, so forgive me, my backstory's a little mucked up on that. But they were wanting to make a TV series out of this. So they went into conversations with, I believe it was NBC, and those fell through, but NBC still wanted to do a series very similar to that. Thus became Grimm. Has anybody seen that TV series? Well, the guys at Fables decided to take their project and try to cast it again, this time to ABC. And ABC was into it for a little while, and then negotiations fell apart, and so Once Upon a Time came out of this. So we've gotten at least TV shows that are basically the equivalent of fairy tales being made real in the real world because of this comic book. And what's ironic is it's not long afterwards that Telltale Games, the guys who did the Back to the Future and the recent Game of Thrones adventure game stuff, I don't know why I said Back to the Future when everybody knows it from the Walking Dead games, but
yeah.
Wolf Among Us is actually from the Fables comic books. So if anybody's played that, you know where I'm coming from here. But anyway, I've been watching that. I'm on the 4th season, so I'm almost through that, where they bring in the characters from Disney's Frozen into it. So it's one of those type of things you're either going to just groan and roll your eyes at, or you're going to enjoy for what it is. It is what it is. And speaking of fairy tales of a different sort, I'm still watching the anime fairy tale, which is less about fairy tales put into real world circumstances and more about just really bizarre magic stuff. And I swear, if that Jigglebutt gang shows up one more time.
So that's actually the name. That wasn't like a pet name you've given them.
No, it's a band of 3 guys who are trying to be super evil, but they're a little inept at it, and generally they steal stuff.
By their name.
They're in black suits, so they kind of look like rejects from the old Power Rangers, and their butts are like 3 times the size they should be, so the majority of their movements and actions are intentionally involved wiggling their jiggly butts and farting.
What the
And you know, this anime isn't exactly to be taken serious. Anyway, there's a lot of stupid, goofy stuff because it's anime comedy, and you know how off the wall it can get with that type of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
This is something that should have stayed at 1 episode. They keep coming back.
Somebody must have thought that was hysterical.
I have seen it before where a character's supposed to be brought in for just a one-off sort of thing, and they resonate with a particular group.
Janitor with scrubs.
And so they keep coming back, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been watching. That was the long version of that.